Diddy is accused of escaping an LAPD cruiser after Notorious B.I.G.'s murder, altering contract terms, failing to cover burial costs. It has been reported that Sean Diddy Combs is the subject of serious allegations in a new lawsuit filed by Kirk Burrowes, a former co-founder of Badboy Entertainment. According to the suit obtained by All Hip Hop, the music mogul fled Los Angeles in the trunk of an LAPD police car after the murder of rapper Notorious B.I.G. in 1997. The lawsuit, which was filed in a Los Angeles court, provides Burrowes' telling of Combs' behavior in the days following the horrific murder of Christopher Wallace, professionally known as Notorious B.I.G., on March 9, 1997. Despite having a close relationship with Wallace's children, the deceased musician failed to stay with them for any length of time. He also deserted his staff, who were going through a rough time. According to the former co-founder, the rap star ran to the veteran industry fixer Clarence Avant, who used his contacts with top LAPD officers to sneak the rap star out of the city. Moreover, Diddy was carried to a private airport in the trunk of a police squad car to ensure that no gang could find him. The lawsuit accuses Diddy of showing false, performative grief feelings for the public while trying to save his skin in the dark. The lawsuit also accused Diddy of having forced Burrowes to change the contract between him and the later Wallace's business after his death. Sean Diddy Combs' legal woes continue to mount, as he is now being sued by Kirk Burrowes, the co-founding partner and former president of Badboy Entertainment, according to People magazine. On February 28th, Burrowes' lawyer filed a suit against his former business partner, accusing him of sexual abuse, coercion, and violence. Burrowes claims that Combs subjected him to repeated sexual harassment, physical aggression, and forced compliance with degrading sexual acts, including unwanted sexual advances such as nudity, sexual overtones, voyeurism, and acts of exhibitionism. Former Diddy bodyguard alleges hip-hop mogul could have been involved in Notorious B.I.G.'s death. Diddy's former bodyguard claims the story surrounding Biggie Small's death was a flat-out lie. While speaking to The Art of Dialogue, Gene Deal was pressed about his involvement in one of music's most notorious unsolved murders. Deal, who worked as Diddy's security in the 1990s, insisted Biggie wasn't killed in a drive-by, as many were made to believe. How does he claim to know? Because he witnessed the attack with his own eyes. Before we left Andre Harrell's house, Puff told me I didn't have to go, Deal said. Now, I went because I knew that somebody was going to die that night. Somebody was going to get shot. I did everything in my power to stop it from being Puff, and it wasn't Puff. The people that was bodyguarding Big didn't do everything in their power to stop it from being Big. And that hurts me, even though it wasn't my principle. Deal said he rushed to Biggie's aid after the shooting and pulled him from the vehicle as watched this kid lose his life. I wouldn't put nobody in my shoes because I don't feel like they could handle it, he said. If I didn't have God in my life, if I didn't have people praying for me, I don't know if I could have handled it. Deal said it's difficult for him to watch reenactments of Biggie's death in movies and TV shows, as the murder is inaccurately portrayed as a drive-by. It just hurts because they lie too much, he continued. A lot of that shit belies the way they put it together because they listening to these white boys who wasn't even there. I don't want to make this racial, but they take these white boys who wasn't even there and want to use the stories that they want to tell, which is not the truth. Wasn't no drive-by. The car was standing there at the corner. The stories they tell is not truthful. And now people are sitting here believing. Furthermore, remember Gene Deal, who worked for Diddy from 1991 to 2005, was with his then boss and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame rapper the night of his murder after Vibe magazine's Post-Soul Train Awards party in Los Angeles. In Making of a Bad Boy, he claims that Diddy was allegedly acting suspiciously in the days before the murder. The week in which Biggie was murdered, he was just acting real anxious and trying to get big at this party, says Deal. And what was crazy was Big was telling people he had to be in London. But Puff was telling people he ain't going to London that whole week. Deal laid out his reasons for thinking that going to the party was a bad idea 6 months after the East Coast/West Coast rap rivalry had escalated with Tupac's murder. Diddy has been rumored to be allegedly involved. I say, yo, Puff, I got some intel, bruh. He said, what? I said, yo, man, if we go to this party tonight, one of us gonna get killed. Somebody gonna die. Because now, We at East Coast West Coast beef, says Deal. He said, yo, Gene, I don't want to hear that shit. So we all jump in the car. Deal details what happened after leaving the vibe party at the Peterson Automotive Museum and heading to another Soul Train Awards afterparty in 2 separate cars. I was in a car with Puff. Big was in his own car. And the next thing you know, you hear rapid gunfire. He recalls, whatever y'all do not let him go to sleep. Talk to him, keep him up, don't let him go to sleep. Keep him talking. After Biggie was shot 4 times while sitting in his GMC Suburban, they told him that they were rushing him to the hospital. And Big said, just do it. That's the last thing I heard Big say, says Deal. And they said the hospital was 2 blocks away, and that's the longest 2 blocks I ever seen in my life. Once they got to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, Deal broke it to Diddy that the news was not good. So Puff ran out the hospital door, and he grabbed my arm. He said, Gene, we gotta pray. We gotta pray. We gotta pray. Deal recalls. And I knocked his hands off of me. I said, pray for what? That ninja. Dead. Damn.